What if I told you that your marketing manager, content writer, and designer are all inside your laptop? Sounds crazy, right? But that's the truth in today's AI era. With just your laptop, you can actually create content, design visuals, design your workflows, design multiple things, send emails, write blogs, and even manage your marketing campaigns. You don't need a tech team or a big team to have in your business. All you need is the right approach to use these tools, the right knowledge to use these tools, and the right guidance to use this. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through to help you set up your virtual team of AI tools that work together seamlessly. And all the tools have been used by me personally for years and for months. And I'll also mention that which are my favorite tools and why tools have been made till here. Best part, by end of this video, your laptop will literally feel like your office. So for your convenience, and I have understood with time that these are the only 7 departments which is required to begin in a business, or if you are already into a business which you might already be having, or you might be already be looking to upscale these departments. So the department number 1 goes like a research and strategy department, which helps you to actually do the research for your competitors, which helps you to do the research that what is the trending topic is going on in the market, so that you can actually tweak your product or services according to that. What are the wants and requirements of the market, all these things, what is trending actually, and what your competitors are doing. All these things comes under the research department, which usually a copywriter person usually used to do in a traditional way. But in today's time, it is AI. You can totally use it for AI to do that. Then the second department comes as the creative department, which no business is left behind for. First things first is designing a logo, designing a brand asset, designing the web page, designing the landing page or a website, designing graphics for weekly or monthly or daily promotions. All everywhere designing is required, maybe for promoting your upcoming workshop on in your WhatsApp group or a Telegram group. By now you know you require a creative department, which we usually have a graphic designer in our team. So in today's time, you can actually use AI to do that. Just give by communicating your ideas to AI. Then the third department comes like marketing and social media team. Now the marketing and the social media team is, as we already understood, that we will be requiring graphics for creating content for logos. Obviously these will go live onto our social platforms or our web pages. So we require a social media management team as well, right? Either we outsource this through an agency, or we do it ourselves when we are just beginning, or maybe we hire an intern, or maybe we hire someone who is in an intermediate level to do these things. But we can totally trust AI to do that, because I have been doing that, and how you can do it too is what we are going to be covering in this particular video. Then the fourth department is the sales or outreach team. Now the sales and outreach team is, obviously you will be getting leads, you will be getting incoming leads through after you post your content or you run ads on your web pages. Obviously there should be an outreach team or a sales team who will be using your strategies to close the deals. Obviously that's where the major chunk of the money comes in. But in today's world, you can actually, I won't say 100% of the sales can be done by the AI, because it's totally, we can expect that AI to do that in coming maybe in 2026. But today AI is still in an intermediate level, and sales, a lot of part of the sales can be managed by AI, like outreaching or clients on LinkedIn. These things can be done by AI. So that's a majority, like you can take a share of like 70% of the tasks for sales and outreach department can be done by AI, and the remaining 30% obviously you or you maybe someone from your team can manage it. Then comes the communication and presentation team. Now this is very 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 much important part when it comes to people like who are actually designing, who are providing applications, who are providing a web page, who are working like onto a B2B process, and lesser on B2C. Even for B2C people who are doing workshops, webinars on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, obviously you require presentations back and forth. So for that as well, you can have a AI team to do that. You just give a prompt to AI and it will help you design the whole workflow. Obviously I've been using multiple tools, but I'm going to tell you my favorite tools to do this. And just a disclaimer, it's not 100% of what you require from AI, But yes, I would agree. It gives you 80% of what I require, and only 20% of it I have to tweak it, and then we can use it in our real life use cases. Then the sixth is the product and service department team, where we actually correct the feedbacks. We actually generate proper feedback that how the product was, how services has been. This is basically an onboarding process or post sales has happened. Then this department comes in. Obviously, the client success department is what we usually get to know, or the client management, things like that. Those are the jargons which we use to manage the clients. Things like that can also be taken care by AI, and how we'll be understanding in this particular video. And the seventh one is going to be, obviously, to manage all these things in one time, we require a personal assistant or an admin, which we also known as an executive assistant, who basically, as an owner, you only talk to one person and get the things done. If you have like, for example, you are a person here, you are a business owner, okay, and if you are talking to too many people, obviously you are creating a lot of chaos for yourself. So that is why this personal assistant is usually which we have to have one line of communication, and this person helps us to talk to all these people without us actually reaching to them individually. So our only goal is to reach to this person and get the feedback from this person, and that's how we get the whole thing done, by just communicating to our PA. So this personal assistant can also be replaced by AI, and how we can do that is what we are going to be understanding. So without taking much of the time, let's quickly jump onto the action tools, the AI tools which I have got for you guys, which are real life use cases, and I have been using it, and that's why I've got you guys in this particular video. If you have made it till here, congratulations, my friend, because I'm gonna break your myth that you must be thinking already that, yeah, out of all these tools, I know that's gonna be ChatGPT. And here's my promise. I have not been using ChatGPT. I'm using it for like light-minded things, because the next part is my most favorite part, because that is how I've been doing things, and how you can do it too is what we are gonna be understanding here. So the first things first, you require to have a deep research team. Now, this deep research will be about competitor analysis, or maybe pricing points, or the trend analysis on what is happening into the market, so that you can tweak your products and services according to that. For this, you can use Grok, and Grok has a very good feature with Deep Think, where you can actually treat this AI tool to actually be your team member, and actually you can brainstorm. For example, I have a product A and I want to build product B and C at the backend. What could be my product B and C? Just explain about what is product A is about, and this tool will help you to design the whole workflow, basically a framework of what product B or C could be. Now, this is just one use case which I have given to you. It can be used for multiple use case. You have to treat this as your co-founder, so that you can actually brainstorm. Just explain that what is happening in your mind, and what is your vision to with this idea, and then it will be actually brainstorming basis on the trend analysis, basis on the research, basis on the tools they have access to. Based on that, it will provide you the best. You can also ask for multiple options out of it, and so Grok can be used for deep thinking. And make sure you always have the deep think mode. Not always deep think mode is recommended. Whenever you are doing a deep research, you want to have a deep research, or want this AI tool to take time and do the deep research, then only it's put onto the deep think mode, as the normal Grok also works well if your queries are very generic. So the second tool which I am going to be talking about is going to be my most favorite tool, and I've been using it ever since it was an underdog tool. And by now, I'm sure a lot of you might be aware of already Gamma app, and a lot of you might be new to this app. But what this tool does is you just actually give it a prompt, and it will actually create the whole PPT design, a whole like designed PPT for you guys. If you ask it to follow a particular brand guidelines, it will follow that. If you ask it to follow, if you just give a single line of prompt, it will design the PPT. Even if you have a content ready, you give the content and it will actually help you to design the whole PPT. Even if you don't have the content ready and you just have a basic framework and bullet points ready, you give that to the tool and it will design the whole PPT. And here's the kicker. It not only is able to design the presentation, but it is also able to design carousels for LinkedIn, for Instagram, platforms like this. Even on YouTube, there's a feature of YouTube posts. You can this app to design that as well. So basically it designs graphics and the representations for you guys, and or just by communicating. So you can treat it as your designing team wherever required. And this is my most favorite tool because I've been using it since a very quite a long time. So this is the tool which you guys are already aware of. And if you are not aware of, I've already recorded a lot of videos on this tool, which is Nano Banana, which is helpful for generating images. This is a tool from Google's Gemini. It's a part of Google Gemini AI Studio. It creates image generation. So you give a prompt, it will help you generate graphics. It will help you generate your thumbnails. It will help you generate your LinkedIn post. It will help you to generate your Instagram post. All, if it is not providing you the correct output, is because your prompt is not that good. So I always repeat this in every workshop. If you meet me in one-to-one calls, if you meet me in my webinars, if you meet me in my offline classes as well, you will always hear me saying that if you find any AI not working properly, is because you are not capable of enough of giving the right prompt to the AI. You should be treating any AI tool like a baby. You have to spoon feed everything. So this tool is capable of generating images. You can generate your graphic ads. You can generate your Facebook post. You can generate your Facebook ad creatives as well. So all these things can be taken care by Nano Banana. It's really unmatchable. And again, this is one of my favorite tool to always use. And since its launch, there's not even been a single day when I have not used this particular tool. And I've already recorded several videos on them where I already demonstrated that how you can access Nano Banana, what are its capabilities, what can be it used for, and things like that is already covered in this video, which you can find the link somewhere over here. And you can watch that as well. And this is again my favorite tool, which is Veo 3. What it does is it actually creates image to video, text to video, video to video. So what does that mean? You give it a prompt that you want this kind of footage and it will help you create that. You give your image to it and you just give it a prompt that what kind of vibe you require, what kind of audio tone you require, and it will actually generate video out of it with your actual hand movements and everything. So if you have not used Veo 3 by now, I've already recorded a lot of tutorials on how to use Google Flow Labs Veo 3, which you can find the link of the playlist somewhere over here, where I have clearly demonstrated a lot of tutorials that how you can create magic by just using Veo 3. And you can use it for generating your video content for LinkedIn, YouTube. I don't say that it is gonna be 100% accurate, but again, it's gonna be giving you the ratio of like 50-60% of accuracy, and obviously the remaining part you can still create yourself and you can automate that part as well. Okay, this can be used for the B-rolls which we usually use. For example, if there's the main footage of your video and you want to add a B-roll for it, you can get that created from Veo 3 as well. If you want to have an AI avatar in your video, you can get that creative. Obviously, if you want to create something, a full-fledged 1 hour of video, obviously it's gonna cost a lot credits over here, and obviously it's gonna take a lot of time. I'll be upfront about it. I'm not gonna set higher expectations on AI tools and then I don't want you to get frustrated with it, because as I mentioned, AI is still under a development process and it will reach the time where what we are actually expecting from it. But if you use it mindfully, you can actually cut short of a lot of your tasks by just using these AI tools. Now here's the kicker. A lot of you might be thinking that for creating AI agents, I would be suggesting NA10. Obviously not NA10. Good for people who are already having a background of technicalities, who already have a sound knowledge of technical things like JSON, Python and things like that. For those, NA10 is a good tool because it gives a lot of flexibility for you to create AI agents. But for you who is just beginning and have no clue about what to do, how to do, what are APIs and things like that, if you just freak out by just hearing these jargons, then here is the thing. And again, this is the magic by Gemini, by Google, that you can actually give a prompt and it will actually create the whole agent for you. So for example, if you want to create maybe hook creator, You can just give it a prompt, help me create an agent which is capable of creating hooks for my niche, for my health niche, or whatever. Again, has to be very, very specific, and then only it will be able to create the agents for you. So for this, you don't require any technical knowledge, you don't require any coding knowledge. All you require is just a communication, either by typing, either by audio note, or either by explaining it that what you require and what tools. If you want that agent to give the answer back in your Gmail, then obviously give it a prompt that I want you to answer back in my Gmail, here's my ID, and things like that. Obviously give the prompt in the best way possible. Just explain what you have in your mind, give that in the prompt. Doesn't matter if you have a broken English, doesn't matter if you are not good at communicating it word by word or sentence by sentence, because every AI is capable of finding things and getting the things done if you just know how to communicate. So it does not have to be a perfect communication, but just a basic communication, which all human does in this particular. Okay, so that's my favorite tool. Again, you just give a prompt and it will help you create a basic AI agent for you to use it in your daily work tasks. For example, if you require a data analyst agent, you can give it a prompt. Again, you have to give it very specific prompt at what kind of data you want to require and what access of data you are giving, whether it is a Google Sheet. If it is a Google Sheet which you are giving access to, what is the name of the Google Sheet, how does it has the access of the Google Sheet. Again, everything has to be given in the prompt, broken down. And if you are not able to give the prompt, just give the idea, and in the next line just write this, use this template, ask me questions to build this prompt before you start building the actual workflow. So it will keep on asking what things are required by the agent to build this particular AI agent which you have asked, and that way it will build the whole workflow. So again, what we have understood by now is just communication, and your AI agents will be ready in minutes. Now, Perplexity AI, firstly, it's made in India, and all of you now know by now that how good it is when it is coming about giving an answer basis on credibility. Now, this was something which GPT was missing on the initial days, which Perplexity found a loophole, and it has created the whole its model on that it gives you the credibility. That is why it is best use case for doing deep research and keeping an eye on your computers. Now, if you don't know how to use Perplexity and how to keep an eye on your computers by using this tool, I've already created an agent, which you can find the link of the video over here, where I have demonstrated that how you can create an agent on n8n. You can also get the JSON template in that video as well, where I have created the whole agent and how you can actually use it for keeping an eye on a regular basis without you actually or manually doing that, or without having any of your team member doing that. So Perplexity is the best use case for keeping an eye. Even for deep research, you can use Grok or Perplexity. You can use the both. These are my personal experiences which I'm sharing with you guys. Your personal experience may differ, but again, you can test things, you can try both the LLMs, and things like that can happen by just giving a prompt. If you don't have time to record your content, you can obviously use AI to actually do the dubbing for you. So all you have to do is, 11 Labs is the most talked about tool in this particular segment where you can actually clone your voice. But I found that 11 Labs is not much affordable, whereas Minimax Audio, it's a Chinese company which has seen my previous video where I have recorded a podcast with Jordan Belfort, which you can find the link of the video somewhere over here, where I have demonstrated how I created this whole podcast, AI podcast, without actually shooting it myself. In that particular video, I've used Minimax Audio on how I have cloned my voice as well as Jordan Belfort's voice, and you can see the accuracy over there as well. And you can actually give your audio to Minimax Audio, and it will actually clone the whole voice of yours. Not just by cloning your voice, but actually you can use multiple voices over there, and it's much cheaper than 11 Labs. And with time and using it multiple times, I found that it is more accurate when it is about voice cloning. If I want to clone my voice, it actually clones the whole thing better than 11 Labs. Again, that's my experience. Your experience could differ, because I am not saying 11 Labs is not a good platform to do that. Definitely it is, but in my opinion, it has been an expensive platform when you are just beginning in this industry. Now, after going through all the tools, I know you might be losing your horses and saying that Shruti, I can create content, I can create graphics, I can handle a lot of things, but I don't have the time to post them. So don't worry, I've got you covered because this AI tool helps you to post that as well. So as a social media manager, this tool will act as your social media manager agency and help you to automate the content by just scheduling your whole content in one go. So what you have to do is just come over here, connect multiple applications of maybe YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it is, you can connect that. And again, here's a disclaimer, don't to go all in this tool, because what I have analyzed with time is that if you post a lot of posts through this, for example, if you post on LinkedIn and you post 10 times a day, obviously this tool is gone, because using a third party tool, LinkedIn will block your profile. So make sure you have a certain number of posting. For example, if you're posting once in a week on LinkedIn and once in a week on YouTube, or once twice in a week on YouTube, there should be a fair number of posting, because every platform, whether it is LinkedIn, YouTube, or Instagram, they will block. They don't want you to use any third party tool to schedule it. So that is why be very first, test your one platform, then keep on scheduling for the next platforms as well. See how it is working for platform number one, then for connected for platform number two, and that's how you can gradually upscale your whole social media automation through these tools. Loomly, now this is again an AI tool which helps you to schedule and create content as well, create captions as well. Everything can be done in this tool as well. All you have to do is just sit one day and schedule all of your content, and it will manage everything for you. You don't have to do anything. We have used AI to create content, we have used AI to create dubbing, we have used AI to create presentation, we have used AI to create graphics. So all you have to do, the next thing is to schedule this on your platforms. Here's my final and the last tool and the most favorite tool by now, because I've been using it on a lot of my meetings, and this tool can be treated as your personal assistant. So why I'm mentioning it as a personal assistant is because this actually takes a lot of notes whenever you are, for example, if I'm recording this video and if I have this file, this extension on, it will actually have a whole lot of meeting notes ready for me. So for example, after uh, ending the meeting, I can still go by the summary of the meet and have only the action points rather than just going through the whole meeting recording again and again. So again, it saves a lot of time. Now this is just one use case, you can use it for multiple things. Again, depends on you. I've been using it for like 6-8 months by now, and the accuracy and everything is really recommendable. I personally have liked it. You can test it for yourself and you can treat it as your personal assistant. For example, if you are watching a YouTube video and you are not able to have the notes, you don't have the pen and paper ready with you, still use this tool to actually take the notes, and all you can focus on right now by just watching on the video. This tool will actually help you to take the notes from the video for your learnings, so that you don't have to go again and again by the videos. It will only capture the action points for you. As you mentioned, whatever you want to have, you can do that in the tool itself, and that's all it does for me. But again, you can use it for multiple ways. Let me know your use cases in the comment section once you use it, so that I can also test it. So that's all from my end in this particular video. I tried to keep this video short and crisp. Let me know in the comment section which one is your favorite tool out of all the tools I've introduced till now, and if already you have been using any tool, let me know your use case in the comment section so that I can also test it for the same. Again, I'm trying to build a community. If you want to build a community where I personally be present and you guys also be present, we want to build a community where we actually help to upscale each other, learn AI better. We learn the most, how to have the most use of the AI. If you want to be the part of this free community, comment community into the comment section and I'll share the link with you guys. Right now this community is not active right now, but if I get a lot of requests, I will definitely get this community ready for you guys. But obviously don't forget to comment community in the comment section so that I can get that ready for you guys, because I'll be also present. A lot of people like you who are already learning AI, who are already using AI, we would like to just sit and chat and understand what are the use cases there. For example, I'm using ChatGPT, but for your use case, ChatGPT could be different. For me, ChatGPT could be different. For person 3 could be different. So what are the main use cases of these tools? we'll get to know once we interact with each other. And that is why I want to aim on building this community. And let me know what your learnings were from this particular video in the comment section. Enjoy the video, make the most use of it, and I'll see you in the next one.